You are about to witness one of my all-time favorite card tricks, gets killer reactions every single time. You're gonna wanna learn this. So to start, we'll give the deck a quick little shuffle, which I feel like has become a requirement nowadays. And then we need a card selected. Let's just say you go ahead and select this card, take a look at it, and memorize it. I'll leave it right here, face down on the table, and then we'll lose it like this. So I shuffle, just tell me when to stop. Right here, perfect. We'll take the card, this card right here, put it at that location, and we'll shuffle it somewhere into the center. Now, this is how the trick is going to work. Sometimes I just suck at shuffling, put that somewhere back in. This is how the trick is gonna work. I'm gonna show you a series of 3 cards, and whichever card I show you, just say it's your card, even if it's not. Is this your card? Yes. Okay, well, I don't believe you, so I'm gonna leave it face down. Anytime I don't believe you, face down on the table. Is this your card? Yes. Again, I don't believe you, face down on the table. Is this your card? Yes. No, I don't think it is. Face down on the table. I know you've lied to me at least twice, if not 3 times, because there's no way you can have 3 cards. So I actually think this is your card. I'm gonna take it, leave it right here, sticking out of the deck, and now you can tell me the truth. Was this your card? No. Ace of Spades not your card. What about this one? No. Queen of Clubs not your card. What was your card? It was the center one? King of Diamonds, you say. Well, you may have misseen something because there's no King of Diamonds here. There's actually no card at all here. But there's one card that I picked out, I'll put to the side, and that is your card. The King of Diamonds. Boom. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. So I have been performing this trick for over 10 years, one of my all-time favorite impromptu effects. I even taught it on my channel many years back, and I feel like the handling needed some updating. I feel like I left some things out. So this is the master version of the trick. And some additional background, I actually learned this on YouTube from the card trick teacher many years back. It was known as the lie detector card trick. Super powerful, and I am just ready to get into it with you. But before we dive right into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and get ready to share with all your friends. Now grab your favorite deck, and let's do it. All right, like I said a billion times, one of my all-time favorite card tricks. You do not even know what you're in for right now, unless you saw my video from years ago or saw this somewhere else. Then you might know. Some additional info, I would classify this more of an intermediate level card trick, and if you want to do it the same way I did in my performance, then it's even on the edge of intermediate advanced. But we'll cover the intermediate stuff, and then later on in the video, I'll talk more about the advanced handling. So to begin, hand the deck over to the spectator, have them shuffle it up. This gives them some level of control, and they feel kind of more satisfied with, oh yeah, I shuffled up the deck, I'm so cool. And then once they're shuffled up the deck, have the card selected. In our case, we're gonna use the 10 of hearts. The way that I did it, or what you really wanna do, honestly, is control this card from the top to the second position from the top. That's what we wanna do. For the intermediate handling, let's just use a double undercut. So the way that's gonna work is you're gonna grab a break above the bottom card of the deck like this. Grab a break above the bottom card. Give this deck a swing cut like this, okay? And you're in a middle grip, thumb on bottom, middle ring finger on top, holding that break with your thumb on the bottom. Give it a swing cut like so. Index finger breaks off this packet, puts it into the other hand. And now you line these packets up, right? This top packet, bottom packet, or top packet, bottom packet. Line these up. And the break is now gonna go, for this card, is now gonna go into splitting these 2 packets. So you've controlled the bottom card above the top card of this packet, right? So now that you've done that, you're gonna break the bottom half. So from here, break the bottom half, move it to the top, take the rest of the break and move that to the top. And that'll control your card second from the top. Up to speed, it would look something like this. Get a break, swing cut, and this is the double undercut, right? Controlling it second from the top. Again, we'll talk about the advanced handling later on. We have that now second from the top. And from here, I like to explain to the spectator what the rules are of the lie detector. I'm gonna show you a series of cards. Whatever card I show you, just say yes. I've had so many people just be like, no, that's not it. Well, but then they kind of missed the whole explanation. Like, were you even listening? But anyway, as you're explaining that to the spectator, you want to again grab a break above the bottom 2 cards this time. So you can take your pinky finger, pull those cards down, and grab a break above the bottom 2 cards, right? So it helps to have both hands kind of holding the deck like this as you're counting with your pinky. This, I think, will take the most amount of practice, to be honest, out of all these things. 2 cards right underneath the pinky here, separating it from the rest of the deck. Once you have this, and by the way, if you don't want to do it this way, there's a more advanced handling, which we can talk about later on in the video. So we have those 2 cards, right? under the break like this. You give the packet another swing cut and tell the spectator, I'm going to show you a card. Just tell me if it's your card or not. But again, you have to say yes every time. So this is the way you're going to be holding the deck. This is held in a biddle grip like we discussed before. Thumb is providing a break between the bottom 2 cards and the rest of this packet. Make sure this break is not seen by the spectator, otherwise, obviously that seems very suspicious. So you're going to push over the top card, and now again, I'm holding this packet in my non-dominant hand. Push over the top card, use this packet to flip it over, show this card to the spectator. Ask them, is that your card? They should say yes, right? Because again, they say yes to everything. You're going to flip this back over using this packet, and as you flip it back over, bring this packet all the way on top of the card. So here, all the way on top of the card. They don't have to meet, but again, here and here. And you'll see why that's important in a second. We want to keep things very consistent throughout the trick. So you flip it over, they say, yes, that's my card. You say, I don't believe you. All the cards that I don't believe, I'm going to put down on the table. You can put that down. Next card is going to be their card. In this case, 10 of hearts, right? Because that was second from the top. You say, is that your card? They're going to say yes. And now again, you push it. When you flip it over, again, we're bringing this packet right on top of it. So it's flipped over. Now you're going to drop this packet of 2 cards right on top, like so. And you put that card down. So the spectator thinks their selected card, 10 of hearts, is put on the table, when in fact it's not. Secret move right there. Then you do the same thing with the last card. And again, even though you're not dropping any cards on top of this, you want to go all the way across to keep consistency, because as soon as things are not consistent, people are like, what's going on? Why is that a different type of flick? So you put that down as well. Take this top packet now and put it on top of the deck. And now you're going to tell the spectator, I don't think any of these 3 are your cards. From this point, you're going to get ready for a double lift. So the way that I like to do a double lift is, as I'm pointing to these cards, I don't think any of these 3 are your cards. I do a pinky count to count off 2 cards like this. I have a full tutorial on the pinky count. I'll put the link on the screen. You can check that out. If you're not comfortable with the pinky count, you can kind of push over 2 cards or push over a couple of cards. Use your pinky to kind of figure out how many 2 cards are. Pull them all back and grab a break under the top 2 cards, right? So any way you want to do it, pinky break under the top 2 cards as you're talking to the spectator about these. That's what you're using as misdirection. And then you say, I don't think any of these 3 are your cards. I think it's this one. They're going to see 2 of diamonds and they're going to be like, obviously that's not my card. I've even had people be like, no, that's not it. I'll be like, okay, just relax. Okay, I'm not. So I turn that face down. Now the next card is, of course, their selected card, the 10 of hearts. You can really do whatever you want with this. Some of the most fun things that I've done is I've put it in the box and told them to hang onto the box. I think that's a really powerful impact, because they're holding it the entire time. And then when they do the final reveal, bring this back on the screen. When they do the final reveal, they go wild. All right, I'll put this here for now, so I guess you can clearly see where it is. And then, of course, now you do the reveal. You ask, is this your card? They're going to say, no. Is this your card? No. I go to the center card last, because that's where all the buildup is going to be. So you say this, you're going to say, is this your card? Before you flip it over, you want them to answer yes or no. They're going to say yes. You ask them what your card was. They say 10 of hearts. You're like, wait, no, that's not the 10 of hearts. Now all the direction suddenly comes here. What about this card? There's your selected card, the 10 of hearts, right? Insane, amazing. Now let's talk about the advanced handling. Real quick story that'll lead to a giveaway for you. This guy recently went on my website and purchased a couple decks of playing cards. He lives in Canada, so I shipped it over to him. And he told me, he messaged me a few weeks back, he's like, they charged me an extra fee to even pick up these cards. I'm like, what? I had no idea. So I offered to pay the fees through PayPal, but this kind of just goes to show how amazing people are, because he's like, nah, I don't want you to pay me back. Just pay it forward by sponsoring a deck of cards for me. And I'm like, I appreciate people like you. You are the kind of people this world needs. And that story leads us here today. So all you really have to do to enter is like this video and then comment down below what has been one of your favorite reactions that you've gotten from performing any kind of magic. I'd love to know. And then from there, maybe I'll just pick my favorite story and that person will be the winner of the giveaway, which will be announced on my community page 72 hours after the release of this video. Thank you, Sasha, for being so amazing and sponsoring these decks. And to the rest of you, good luck. My advanced practicing peeps. This one is for you. I'm so excited to share. So you saw in my performance that I used a blank card to kind of do like the final reveal of, oh, and that card's blank. This would require a bit of a setup. So if you want to follow along, if you don't have a blank card, that's completely fine. Maybe you could write something on a card being like, what the hell happened? So you want to put whatever the card you want, second from the bottom. So 1, 2, second from the bottom. And then you start off the trick like normal. I like to give the deck a riffle shuffle, maintaining that card, right? So I shuffle off 2 cards here, 3 cards, whatever it is. Shuffle it this way, the card's maintained on the bottom. I'm sure you all know that. And then we have a card selected, right? Ace of diamonds in this case. And I handle this differently from the double undercut that I was showing before. I have that placed down. In my performance, I did an overhand shuffle where I controlled this card. So overhand shuffling, I asked them when to stop. I'm shuffling small packets of cards here because I don't want them to stop deep in the deck. So small packets, they call out stop right here. We take their card, the Ace of Diamonds, put it like this. And then I peel off one more card with my thumb. I in-jog that card like so, continue overhand shuffling. And then when I have a small enough packet left, I take the rest of these cards, because keep in mind, we have to maintain this bottom packet. Throw it a bit further up, right? So you can see one, there's a break here, and the other one, there's a break here. Or maybe not a break, but like a misalignment of the cards on the top and on the bottom. So what my fingers are gonna do, my thumb is gonna go down, push forward. As my thumb does that, my middle finger and ring finger are gonna push up and back, leading to 3 breaks in the deck like so. Now the first break is just gonna slip off as you continue doing an overhand shuffle, right? Let that slip off. Then center packet, I do a couple more shuffles, doesn't really matter, this order doesn't matter at all. The second I get to the break, throw the rest of the cards over. What this again has done, control our Ace of Diamonds to the second, spectator second selected card, second from the top, and it has maintained our bottom packet, leaving our blank card there. From here, the handling is very similar. Let's just quickly, again, go through. One thing, buckling cards, right? So in my intermediate tutorial, I talked about holding the cards like this, counting off with the pinky. But you can also buckle cards. And if you're not familiar with buckling, I actually made a video on it recently on my Patreon. I'll put the link on in the description. But for buckling cards, you're using your index finger to kind of push these cards back, creating cards spreading out like this on the bottom. Then you just grab a break with your pinky finger. So you don't even have to really involve this hand. You just kind of do that and you grab your break. So you can kind of do this while talking and giving hand gestures, right? As a form of misdirection. You have those 2 cards here, grab that break, and the rest of the trick is pretty much the same, right? You show that your card, yes, that your card, yes, drop that packet, that your card, yes, go ahead, drop that packet, put this back on top. And again, I do a pinky count here. I think that's easiest to do while I'm talking through. Show off this card, I think that's your card. Put it here, blah, blah, blah. Is this your card? No. Is this your card? No. And then I like to ask them, did you see your card here in the center? They're going to say yes. And I like to ask them, what was your card? They would say Ace of Diamonds. You'd be like, huh. And I pick this up, hold it towards me for a second, just to kind of add a bit more of a build-up. I'm like, huh, are you sure you saw anything? Because then I put it down, slow reveal push with my thumb, because that card's blank. And then boom, there's the selected card, the Ace of Diamonds. Really hope you guys enjoyed this. One of my other favorite go-to effects is known as Design for Laughter, which follows a very similar theme to this trick. So if you want to check that out, click on that video right over there. You will not be disappointed. You'll love it, actually. You're gonna be in love. A huge shout out to all my Patreon producers, and thank you, love you, see you soon.